Recently, Donald Trump's visit to China has become a major topic of discussion around the world. The biggest question being asked is this: whether the United States, which has remained the world superpower for decades, is now entering a phase of decline. Is American superpower really weakening? And is China's rise is so strong that even the US president is openly acknowledging it? Interestingly, Donald Trump recently admitted on multiple platforms that when he met Xi Jinping in China, Xi directly told him that the United States is a nation in decline. Trump said that he agreed with him and admitted that the US has indeed suffered a tremendous damage. However, immediately afterwards, Trump tried to protect his image politically by adding that since he came to power around 14 to 15 months ago, America is no longer in decline. But everyone understands that a country as large as the United States neither collapses nor rebounds within just 15 months. Trump was mainly trying to defend his own image. A video clip of this exchange has been circulating widely in social media.
And we have to stop it. You know, President Xi said something yesterday. He talked about, and he wasn't referring to the last 15 months, he talked about America as a nation in decline. And I said, you're right. But he wasn't talking about, because he said what you've done in 14, 15 months is a miracle.
This reflects a broader problem in democracies. Politicians often become so focused on attacking their rivals and playing partisan politics that they end up damaging their own country's image internationally. For many Americans, hearing their president admit that United States is declining is deeply demoralizing. The US has dominated the world for decades economically, militarily, and through the global dominance of the dollar. Today's younger American generation may become the first in decade to witness the decline of their country. Decline as a future where America may no longer have the same military dominance, guaranteed economic prosperity, or abundance of high-quality jobs that once defined the American dream. The world is entering a major transition period. Trump later tried to justify it by blaming former President Joe Biden. This is not true. Trump has actually damaged America's image globally. Further, during his presidency, Trump handed China a massive propaganda victory. Chinese nationalism and patriotism are already at very high levels, especially among generation born in the 90s and 2000, who witnessed China transform from a relatively poor country into a global superpower within their lifetime. Now, seeing the American president come to China and admit that US is declining while China is rising only strengthens support for Xi Jinping and the Chinese Communist Party. Despite making such major concessions rhetorically, Trump gained almost nothing in return for the United States. No major agreement was reached regarding Iran. China did not promise any concrete support regarding the Strait of Hormuz or regional tensions. On Taiwan, Trump reportedly adopted a very defensive position, saying Taiwan is geographically much closer to China and then to United States, and suggesting that America does not support Taiwanese independence.
Prove the weapons to Taiwan.
I would say like is maybe too strong a word, because he thinks I could do it with just the signing of my signature, unlike Biden, who couldn't sign his signature. No, I'm holding that in abeyance, and it depends on China. It depends. It's a very good negotiating chip for us, frankly. It's a lot of weapons. It's $12 billion. It's a lot of weapons. But, you know, when you look at the odds, China's a very, very powerful, big country. That's a very small island. It's, you think of it, it's 59 miles away, 59 miles. We're 9,500 miles away.
The discussion then shifts to NVIDIA H200 AI chips. Previously, the US had restricted exports of advanced chips like H100 and H200 to China out of fear that China would use them to dominate the advanced technology sectors. However, Trump reportedly approved the sale of H200 chips to China. Major policy reversal. No major agreement was reached regarding the rare earth minerals, despite heavy speculation beforehand. Another issue mentioned is Jimmy Lai, a pro-democracy activist and a British citizen imprisoned in Hong Kong. Trump has failed to secure his release as well. While Trump announced that China would purchase 200 Boeing jets, investors were disappointed because earlier expectations suggested that China might buy 500 to 600 aircrafts. Boeing shares reportedly fell afterwards. Xi Jinping negotiated from a position of strength. While Trump gained very little, Chinese Communist parties will use this visit for years as a proof that China has surpassed the United States under Xi Jinping's leadership. as a sign of a declining superpower, accepting a weaker global role while China rises with growing confidence. More development related to this topic are likely in the future.